Cheryl and I met in the early 90s. Cheryl was 21. I was actually 25 at the time. We spent about a year together dating, and we got married. We had 3 children very quickly, Grayson, Madison, and Christian. And we wanted more for our children. So we actually started our own business at that time, and we began to work it, and the economy at the time was pretty decent. But in 2001, September 11th came and basically killed our business overnight. We found ourselves, looking for something new, starting over. We went into the financial industry. I went to work for AIG, and Cheryl started her own mortgage branch in our hometown so that she could be close to the kids, and it was just a couple of minutes from the house. So we did very well. That industry went very well for a couple of years, and then once again the economy was the upset. In 2007-8, the economy started to go bad, and the whole mortgage and financial industry was upset everywhere in this country. So we found ourselves once again starting over, but this time, unlike being 26, I was 40, and Cheryl was in her late 30s. So here we are.
And we closed the doors to our business, and I went back to work in corporate America, and a month after I started that job, we found out we were pregnant. So now, a whole new element comes in. Now we're going to have 4 kids, and we just wanted to get back to a lifestyle financially, and looking for that wasn't where we were. That was not happening.
My job, the job I had at the time, was, very volatile. It never, was the same income. It never was the same, we always found ourselves working basically paycheck to Wednesday, is what we would say, because there was never, there just was not enough money to get us through the end of the week. And then Genesis Pure came to town, and, it was like Cheryl, it was like putting on a perfect pair of boots for her. She went right into, working this business, and this is the kind of business that I feel she thrives in. She always says this. She wanted to be the stay-at-home mom and make a lot of money, and I feel like this gave her that opportunity to be that person. She could be at home with her kids, but she could also, set meetings and go work the way she wants to work, and get fulfillment from that, and feel like she's contributing. And I don't think in corporate America that's where she was. So, that's kind of where we found ourselves.
You were still traveling, and Tim was gone Tuesday through Friday every week, and I was at home with 4 kids, and I felt like a stay-at-home mom, but we knew that this was the opportunity for us, and we had some things, going on in our life. Our oldest was going to be in college in 2 years, and there was a time in our life where college was in the bank, but because of circumstances over the previous 2 years, that was depleted, and we knew that if we continued to not give up and just keep working and putting our effort into this business, that it would pay off. And it did. And within 6 months, Tim was able to stop working his job, and he came home, and now is, my partner at Genesis Pure, and, we're both available for our kids and able to give them things that we've always dreamed of.
Fast forward just 2 years, and one of the things that you'll notice about Cheryl and I is that we've actually moved to a new city, New Orleans, and it's a great place to live. The food, the music, the lifestyle here is so much different than where we were in Missouri. Along with that lifestyle, just being part of Genesis Pure has also allowed us to, do some of the things that we've always desired to do with our kids. And like Grayson, he recently graduated from high school, and we wrote the check to college. So that's always been a dream of Cheryl and I's, that we were we'd someday be able to just write the check. And Madison, since she was born and we learned of her having special needs, we've always had a desire for her to just have the things afforded to her that our other children have. And one of those things was life after school, life after mom and dad, and having dreams and desires. And because of our move to New Orleans and the great diversity here and the great schools, we found a school that is going to help Maddie with that life after school. So that's an incredible thing for us. And then Christian, he's got trainers and he's got a great private school he goes to now, and he's got a real chance at playing football, and that's always been his dream. And that's the whole reason that we moved here, was to find a whole new life for our children. And then Nate, I guess Nate's the baby, and one of the things that I've always, from the day that we got in Genesis Pure and I was able to come on full time, I've always said that sets people in this business apart is I'm able to, if Nate has a day and he wants to go to the park, and I'm able to take the day and go do that with him. I can schedule and pencil in my own time, and most dads are held fervently to a clock, and that's not our life anymore. We don't have to live and die by the clock. We actually have freedom, and there's a lot to be said for that freedom.